Man, what's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy, The Wrestling Guy. And today, I'm back with another banger, man, for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Another Monday Night Raw banger. Matter of fact, this whole Monday Night Raw was a banger itself. This Monday Night Raw was probably one of the best Monday Night Raws I've ever seen in my life. And probably this year. That's how good this Monday Night Raw was. But in this Monday Night Raw, I'm just going to talk about, the key moments I liked or, the stuff pretty much that I thought was more important. But let's get into this video, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and all that. So, Cody at Chicago. What do you want to talk about? You know Cody Rhodes always asks that. Rhodes says the time for talk has passed and physical action has risen. Cody talks about Roman Reigns saying he can't keep a promise. Rhodes says he never keeps a promise he can't keep. So then, Cody starts naming promises he kept and all that other nonsense. He brought up, promises he kept with random fans. And he says the reason he acts the way he acts, talks the way he talks, dresses the way he dresses, walks the way he walks, is because the champion is never here. So Rhodes says he knows Roman might hate him because he didn't let him and his cousin have a wink fest at WrestleMania. Cody asks the crowd, will they ride with him at WrestleMania? So then Cody Rhodes asks the crowd to point at the WrestleMania sign with him. He does his little Bullet Club, symbol, whatever, and him and the crowd all point at the sign, which I thought was amazing. It shows how much that, it shows how much how the fans are behind Cody and want him to win. So, The Rock comes out and he comes out. Crowd goes nuts. Crowd goes crazy. It's The Rock, you know what I'm saying? And, I'm glad they changed up his theme, his entrance. It just makes it more powerful, makes him more awful feeling. So, The Rock comes out, does a long stare down with Cody, and then he goes up to Cody and whispers something in his ear. And Cody's like, what the hell? He's just in shock, I guess, on what he said. So, anyways, that was it. After that, Rock left. It cuts to the Judgment Day backstage, and basically the Judgment Day was telling JD that he needs to win a match, because he's been getting his ass whooped for months. So this match was fantastic. JD and Ricochet are both great in the ring. They honestly need to give both of these men a push, but 5-star match in my opinion. I thought JD was gonna win because of how many times Dominic interfered. Ricochet got up on top of the rope. Dominic ended up shaking the ropes, which caused Ricochet to fall. But then the referee noticed it, and Dirty Dom had to get the fuck out of there, man. He had to get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? So it was trouble for JD at that moment. So Ricochet gets back up, hits this fantastic shooting star press, and wins the match. 1, 2, 3. Like I said, Ricochet and JD, great stuff, great match. It looks like they're pushing Ricochet. I don't know why now. I feel like it's a little bit too late because, what are you going to do with him at WrestleMania? But, I'm glad they're pushing him anyways. So, Punk comes out. This is Chicago. They love Punk. This is, Punk City. Punk comes out and says, everyone is asking if he will be at WrestleMania. He says yes. He isn't cleared, but his mouth works. Punk says Roman had a lot to say about him on the Pat McAfee show. Punk says when Reigns is on his way down, he will be on his way, back up. And they will cross paths soon. Then he starts making fun of Seth. He says Seth has a lot to say too with his bottom low heels. And then he says, so is The Rock has a lot to say about Punk. And Punk was like, I guess The Rock's arms are too short to box with God, which I love that they brought this up. they brought that infamous line back from, I think, 11 years ago when The Rock and Punk were facing each other. They were rivalries back then. That was a great, line they bring up. I'm glad they bring it up. So, Punk says Drew has a lot to say as well. And he said the reason he didn't say anything because he wants Drew face to face. So then, Drew McIntyre, he comes out and Drew, I ain't gonna lie, this was crazy, man. Punk, he yells at the production company and he's like, man, turn this song off, turn this shit off. Nobody wants to hear it. I'm like, damn, bro, that's crazy. Like, so anyways, Punk tells Drew, man, get your bitch ass in the ring. So Drew, he brings up the last time they were in the ring. He says, I would love to get in there and whoop your ass. You know how they say, back in their country, your ass. I'd love to get in there and whoop your ass. But I remember the last time we were in the ring, I stumped your arm out. And I prayed for this to happen. I love when Drew McIntyre says it. I love that line. I love that line. It's so evil, man. But anyways, Punk, he keeps on telling Drew to get in the ring, and then Punk starts making fun of Drew McIntyre's skirt. He's like, man, get up in here, man, with that skirt, you know what I'm saying? And then Drew McIntyre's like, hey, man, you can't say that. You're going to get canceled. It's 2024. Which he ain't lying. He ain't lying, bro, because, you know how people are these days. But Drew McIntyre, he starts walking to the back near the announce table. Drew shows off his shirt, and, he's like, it's funny because it says injure CM Punk, and then Punk cuts him off, and he's like, I never had to put another man on my t-shirt to sell it. And I'm like, damn, bro, that's crazy. So then Drew talks about how Punk is supposed to be straight edge, no drinking, no drugs, no this, no that. But you're in rehab. That was a good line, I'm not gonna lie. Then Drew says, Punk is his muse. And Drew starts bringing up every time he starts lifting weights, he thinks about, Punk, all the time. And Drew says he wants Punk to watch him at WrestleMania so he knows that he's the chosen one. So Punk, he's like, who chose you? Who chose you, man? What's his name? You don't even got the balls to say his name. Who chose you, man? And Drew starts laughing. I'm like, wow, bro. They actually broke up Vince McMahon on a slick. Which I love they bring it up because they're trying to hide the fact that Vince McMahon is a piece of shit. But it's like, you can't hide that forever, bro. So I love that they bring it up, man. This dude Punk is like, man, who chose you, bro? Tell me who chose you. You know what I'm saying? So Drew says he wants Punk to be there at commentary to watch him win the championship in front of live fans. So I'm like, all right, man. They must trying to set something up for CM Punk to be involved in this one-on-one match, with Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins. So Seth Rollins comes out. He says, you can't make decisions without the world champ being in here. So then Rollins, he asked the crowd, what do you think about CM Punk being special guest referee at WrestleMania? Then the crowd starts chanting, referee. So basically, they want CM Punk to be the special guest referee. But Seth wasn't going for it. And Seth was like, he can't. He can't count with his bad arm. Then this man, CM Punk, gets on the mat and starts counting with his good arm, bro. Which I thought was hilarious because it's like, bro, what was your point of saying that, Seth? Like, come on, bro. And then Punk was like, it wouldn't be fair to these two dipshits. Because he's like, he doesn't like either of them. So he calls Drew and Seth dipshits. And then this dude, Drew McIntyre, coming out of nowhere talking about PG, my brother, PG. I'm like, bro, that's crazy, bro. Which, I don't even think this is the PG era no more, man. I'm not gonna lie. This is an era where anything can happen. But anyways, Seth says He doesn't give a damn about CM Punk. He wasn't thinking about him when he was gone. Seth says he wants Punk to be there for his moment. And then he tells Punk, this is the closest you're ever going to get to a world championship again. Then Punk starts talking shit about Drew McIntyre's pyro and starts talking shit about his sword. And then he starts talking about Seth's clothes and what he's wearing, his heels and all that stuff, and his wife. I'm like, damn. So then Punk says he's going to make both Seth and Drew interesting out of this 10-year, long decade that he's been going. He's going to make Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre interesting again. So then Punk walks away. And bro, I'm thinking it's over. This man Drew comes out of nowhere and talks about something. Hey, you're not going to get the last word. You're not even in the match. So then this dude, Drew gets in the ring. Seth super kicks the fuck out of Drew and stumps his head onto the mat, bro. That was a crazy ending. And then, Seth, gets his little interesting, they start doing the whoa, all that type of stuff. But anyways, later on into the night, Jey Uso, he was cutting a promo to Shinsuke Nakamura backstage. He was like, just letting him know that, he don't mess with him. So then Solo and Jimmy come out of nowhere. And Jimmy's like, no yeet. So we knew some shenanigans was gonna happen. Solo Sikoa and Jimmy tried to interfere, but Cody and Seth wasn't going for it. They came out there and helped, Jey Uso, win the match, you know what I'm saying? But that, it didn't matter. But then this man, Drew McIntyre, came out of nowhere. He got his get back on Seth. He pushed Seth into the ring pole, hit this man with a future shock DDT on the ground, which was great because it's like, me personally, I'm not getting kicked like that in the face in front of a lot of fans. So then, Jay, he wins the match, obviously. We cut to backstage. The Rock comes out of nowhere and starts beating the holy crap out of Cody Rhodes. Beating the shit out of Cody Rhodes all backstage, talking shit. They get outside, it's raining. It looks like it's cold and all that. The Rock starts talking shit to Cody Rhodes. He's like, you think I'm going to let you talk shit and I'm not going to do nothing about it? He starts bringing up Mama Rhodes. He's over here tipping Cody Rhodes over the balcony or wherever that is under there. He's like, look, man, you think you're gonna come in here, talk all that ish? He started beating the crap out of Cody Rhodes outside, outside the parking lot, slamming them to the bus. Then this man Rock made this man Cody bleed, which is great. This was great. I wasn't thinking I was going to see blood at all. This was fantastic. The Rock, he starts talking about Mama Rhodes and what he's going to do. And remember, The Rock said he was going to beat Cody Rhodes so bad that his blood will be on the belt. I don't know if y'all remember that in my past videos. He rubs Cody's blood on the belt. And he's like, I'm going to give that to your mom. He says, this is what happens when you fuck with the final boss. They censored it out, but bro, we know what The Rock was saying. He was like, this is what happens when you fuck with the final boss. And I'm like, man, this is great television, bro. That's what I'm saying. This Monday Night Raw was fantastic. So then he ends up slamming Cody Rhodes against the bus again. And he's like, I didn't want this, to happen. But this is what had to happen. And then they cut off, Monday Night Raw. That was it. Fantastic Monday Night Raw. Hunter, you're doing a great job. This doesn't even feel like the Vince McMahon era anymore, or the PG era, or whatever. Vince McMahon's reign of terror on booking. This feels like the ruthless aggression era, the attitude era. You know what I'm saying? But I love that they brought blood into this. I love what they did tonight with The Rock and Cody. This was fantastic. We'll see what happens on SmackDown, man. You know what I'm saying? But let me know what y'all think in the comments for, y'all wrestling fans. What do y'all think about this Monday Night Raw? This Monday Night Raw, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Great Monday Night Raw. But yeah, anyways, man, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'm out, man. Peace.